Hey everyone, hope everyone is doing well. I'm back at it again. I'm in the van, not at home today. Um, that's a good thing. I'm out here because we are pretty busy, and the workload for my project manager kind of got a little bit too much to manage the projects that we're doing right now. Um, Due to that, one of the projects is really far. It's actually in Brooklyn, New York, and not really far, but it's quite the commute, especially in the morning. Like if you're from New York, then you know that God, traffic in the morning is insane. And so Elon Musk, if you're building that boring company with the tunnels, you know, come through to New York. But yeah, and we currently have a project in Montclair, New Jersey as well, which is pretty big. Um, I I told you guys a little bit about it earlier, and so I actually had to go get some materials, and I haven't really went out to go get materials myself in a while, and it took about an hour. And look, I'm just heading over there now, and just, it can be a little bit time consuming, and that's why, like, I used to work with subcontractors in the past that would go and get materials during the project, and I would always tell them, like, hey man, I think it's better if you go in the evening or like much earlier in the morning, like you get there like at 6, but not during the project time, right? Because it's like it can take up about like 2 hours of your time, depending on what you're trying to get and if they even have it in stock, or some people aren't as tech savvy, so they won't even check if they have the item in stock. Then they have to go around looking for something for like hours, and you lose the whole day there. So just something to keep in mind, for the home improvement industry, um, which is what I've been dealing with for the past 5 years. And prior to that, I was in banking, I was in finance, and so, but yeah, just food for thought to get your materials the day before, or in the early morning. But even in the morning, it gets busy. Like if you go to a Home Depot in the morning, you're gonna see a lot of people there and long lines. So I always recommend going in the evenings, like the day prior to starting a project, or if you do need materials, just get them at the end of the day after you're done, so you don't lose the day at work. Um, and yeah, so just based off of that, I'm like looking at the time of how long it took me to get the materials. Um, I usually would have the subs go get the materials, not me necessarily, but we help out, every now and then. So, but I mean, it still affects our time, right? And I'm big on trying to be efficient with our time and be productive with what we have. But like I said, sometimes we do really lend out a hand, and you go get the materials, and we're all a team and we all have the same objective. But since my project manager isn't at this project today, and she's going to be a bit tied up, I'm being more involved in this project. And I haven't been involved in a project this in depth in I would say a couple of months. So it's actually a little bit like, I don't know, it's like a little bit of you kind of get like a little bit of an anxious feeling. You feel a little rusty. But I try to make it a positive, and I think that's very important, because it's all about perspective as well, right? So what I'm working on in the back end, and the reason why I haven't been so in depth in projects, is because I'm building a platform for solopreneurs, people who are running a business on their own, and trying to make it as easy as possible for other business owners, especially like here. I'm in the home improvement industry, and I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for other business owners to run their business and have systems in place. And what better way to do that than, sometimes it's good to kind of get your feet wet a little bit more. And for example, today, if I'm going to be on the site, and for example, right now with picking up materials, those are things that I need to take into consideration when building this platform. And I feel like it just gives me more context to build a better product for us, because I am a part of it. So that's my key message for today, is just turning negatives into positives. And not necessarily that this is negative. Like, having projects is a great thing, but also, it's always emphasized that, you want to work on your business, not in your business. I believe it is what they say. Like, but you are. So, you can kill two birds with one stone. Like, and in the home improvement industry and in life overall, shit happens, and you need to make the best out of it. So, like I said, I would prefer to be home or in the office building our platform, but today calls for me to be out here. And if I'm going to be out here, I'm going to use it to the best of my advantage and gain context that can benefit me, with at the same time building a better product and also delivering a better product to our clients. And that's how, just those little things can turn things around. Because, like I said, it's all about perspective and just making the best of what you got and working with what you got. As long as you keep moving, that's what matters, right? And speaking about working with what you got and turning things around, there's traffic. But I guess that gives me more time to probably reach out to our clients and follow up, and maybe watch a video and just not just gain context but knowledge as well, right? Yeah, so that's the video for now. And just remember it's all about perspective and seeing the good and the bad, even when things are not that bad, right? So it's like it's not a bad thing, but it's just, I'd rather be building the platform because we're always in a crunch, and we wanna deploy the product as soon as possible into production. And it has a lot of futures, and it has a lot of things that need work, and so we can be able to put this out to production and get it running. But regardless, like I said, I'm gonna go to the job site today and take a look around, kind of just be present, take notes, and see how I can use that context to make the product better in the platform, for the platform that I'm building for other business owners. And this product is something that I'm very passionate about, because, man, one thing pisses me off, but also, like I said, seeing the good and the bad. Like, I've been to Google, I've been to the building expos, seeing the software that they're selling and that they're making, and especially like with the companies like Google, I've been to their CTO meetings and webinars, and they're so big on software as a service for enterprises. It's like all big companies, and like they completely overlook residential. Like, it's all about commercial, which is fine, but there's a lot of business in residential and not necessarily big enterprises. There's a lot of small business owners in the United States, and everywhere in the world. And sure, like, I guess people say, oh, well, commercial is where the money's at, this and that. Yeah, that's true. There is. But you want cash flow? I feel like it's in the residential. And not everyone wants to be an enterprise. And if you do, cool, because either way, you'll have those systems in place, or the tools in place to help you get there. But either way, I just don't feel like, I feel like the residential field, it's completely overloaded. Like, seriously. Like, if you're not doing over 10 million, like, it's like, and I get it, like, you know, they Google is a very big company, and Microsoft, whatever, they're big companies, so they do need those big contracts, sure. But I try to see the good and the bad as well. I'm like, all right, great, well, then that gives us more of market flexibility, or leverage in this field, and that's what we're gonna do. And we should take advantage of that, because business owners in the home improvement industry that are doing residential, or small business owners, need help as well. The software shouldn't just be focused on big companies, right? So, and I guess that's where people like me come in, and others. So, and that's why we built this channel, because actually, when I went to the building expo, I spoke with one of the founder of a software company, and he told me, yeah, it's like one of the biggest hurdles is actually getting these small businesses ready for AI. Like, they want to, like, everyone talks about AI, but what is AI with no data? And yeah, a lot of small business owners don't have systems in place to store their data, and to actually store their processes, their SOPs, and things like that. And so it's like, how do you integrate AI into that if there's like no information, right? How do you train it? So, but that's why I made this channel, so we can all help each other, and create a community for us, so that we can all be successful. And so that's the point. And like I said, that you look for the opportunity in everything that you do, and it's all about perspective, right? All right, guys, take care.